Most people are for most of their life. And remember, oxalates deplete taurine, and many xenoestrogens do also because it's used in detoxification. When we're talking about choline and taurine are used in phase 2 detoxification in your liver. So if you don't eat enough animal foods, you're going to be deficient in both. And over time, you basically become more fibrotic. More of your tissue becomes fibrotic. And more damage happens inside the cells and misfolding proteins. In your brain, you actually end up with more misfolded proteins as well. Over time, that actually can increase to dementia and Alzheimer's and stuff like that. So misfolded proteins and glycated proteins. It also reduces glycation. It also reduces, because it's a natural calcium blocker, it reduces high concentrations of calcium and excitation in the brain. So even for people with mental diseases, neurological diseases and stuff like that, it actually calms them down. It actually improves. A child who has got ADHD will actually become a really nice, pleasant child. You see in, like Mary Ruddock had noticed with the tribal kids, they're on actual eating a high taurine diet from birth. Those kids are very calm, extremely calm. You want to calm your kids down, put them on a bit of taurine and get them off all the junk. So, probably only need a gram for the kids. You may need initially, for a couple of weeks, 2 grams just to try and reduce all the other damaging effects and then basically normalize them, So, yes, people have noticed improvements in calmness and stuff like that. And also for kids that may not be getting enough protein for whatever reason, you may be struggling to get protein in them. It is an amino transporter, so it will help bring in more aminos and absorb them for the kids. It is a myostatin inhibitor without causing heart remodeling, so there's no risk to the heart. But what it does is it actually lowers myostatin in the peripheral tissue, which is the muscles, which means it'll make the kids more muscular, stronger, and grow much better and bigger and stronger. So if you want healthy, strong kids, primarily you should be getting it from the animal foods, because they are smaller in size as a child and probably don't need, the big doses and all that. If they eat plenty of meat, they'll get plenty in that regard. But if you've got a kid that's been eating a lot of junk for a lot of time, it's probably a good idea and it will calm them down as well, make them a better student, perform better. So, and also heal better. So if they get injuries, they'll heal much faster. That's another thing that taurine helps with. I also recommend it for kids that are involved in contact sport, because when you hit, for instance, the thing that actually, and this is actually, heart. I've actually shown. I think I've shown you guys some data and all that on heart reperfusion. How basically, if you get a heart injury or whatever, the reperfusion can actually do damage to the heart. Well, taurine prevents that. The other thing is, if you get knocked head, you get knocked out or unconscious, or you have a sports injury, a head injury or stuff like that, it actually reduces the damage. It actually, if used in higher doses, it's actually been shown to reverse damage from basically when it comes to strokes and things like that. So that's severe, like on steroids, severe type of, head sort of brain damage or whatever. So even that can actually be mitigated to a large extent with taurine. There's plenty of research in that. So, it is really good at, and it's probably a reason because it's controlling sort of the flow of these ions that are going into the brain and minimizing that sort of effect. So that's playing a role. Anyway, yes, so I'm not surprised, that most people are deficient, pretty much. Most people are deficient in a lot of things, animal-based wise, choline, taurine, you name it, carnosine, anything, creatine, you pick your animal nutrient and we're deficient. A lot of us have been for a very long time. We've got a lot of damage that we're still healing. I'm still healing. I think most of you guys are as well. We're on a journey of healing, pretty much. And it's taken us a long time to realize that we're on the wrong road. So, yes.